So yesterday I was on a call with the Mavericks and I was chatting to them about when I started my online business. And I moved from being an in-person personal trainer, fully booked gym owner, to moving my business online and thinking, oh my gosh, I don't have any of the skills I need to run this business successfully, literally none of them. I didn't even know how to Google a good question. It was super tough. And I did what any reasonable person would do at that time. And I went to go and get myself my first mentor. And I've had loads of mentors in this space. Some of them have been absolutely exceptional, life-changing, incredible humans. Some of them have been less so. And what was amazing about this experience was that I moved my business online. And what he told me was that you need to do sales calls. You need to figure out how to close people on a sales call, a one-to-one call. So the whole sequence was I post something on the internet, they book a call with me, and from that call, I try to sell them my coaching services. And honestly, I'm a massive introvert and I loathe sales calls. I hated doing them. It caused me a huge amount of stress, massive amounts of tension. And when I took this problem to my mentor, he was like, just grow up and get on with it. And I was like, okay. So I kind of like muscled through it for a little while. And eventually I went back to him again. And I was like, listen, I am exhausted doing this. I feel like I'm talking people out to the sale. I get off the call, whether they buy, or don't even show up. I've got to lie on the floor in the dark. Like I am taxed by this. This is not the way, right? And my next question was, what have I got to do to never have to do another sales call ever again, as long as I live? What skill have I got to have? And he goes, well, I suppose you'll have to get really good at copywriting. And I was like, cool, copywriting, what's that? And I went away and I Googled it, and that's where I started to learn about copywriting. But the whole objective for me was that I just didn't want to do sales calls anymore. I just wanted people to kind of know who I was and ask to buy my thing. That was the goal. And as time went on, I stopped doing sales calls and I didn't have to, do it the way they said I had to do it. They gave me this blueprint and I started to realize I don't have to do it that way. And the real gift that he gave me was not to launch a copywriting career. It was actually to realize that there isn't a one-size-fits-all way to do anything in your business. There's ways that work, but the thing you really need to find out is the thing that works for you. And that's the bit that takes a little bit of trial and error. So I realized yesterday there are 4 decisions you have to make, and only 4. There needs to be some way that people can find you. You need to be able to connect with people. Second thing is you need to be able to explain to them what you do and what it means for them. So they've got to find you. They've got to understand what you're all about. The third way is you've got to be able to take some money off them, some sort of payment exchange. And there needs to be some way for you to actually fulfill the services to them. That's it. That's literally it. It doesn't have to be a one-on-one, high-ticket sales call funnel. It doesn't have to be a group program where you have in-person meetups. It can be whatever you need it to be. And that was so transformative for me to realize that. And if your business is feeling heavy right now, if it's feeling like this used to feel okay, this worked for a while, I could push through, but for this season of my life, this isn't what I want my business to feel like, something needs to change, those 4 things are the only things that actually need to be in place. So you need to have a way for people to find you, a way for them to understand what you're all about and what it means for them, a way for them to give you some money, and a way for you to fulfill the services. And that's really it. That's sort of the meta lesson under everything else. And every piece of that can change in the way that you want it to change. So this live was supposed to be yesterday. I was supposed to be chatting to Rob, but his daughter wasn't very well. Hope she's feeling better, Rob. But I wanted to sort of have a go at doing this myself and get a feel for the layout and stuff. So hope this has been valuable. This is going to come with a longer essay I'm going to attach later today, but thanks for coming along to the live, and hope that's been valuable.